Hey up troops, it's A Littleton here again with another video, and oh Jesus, that really stings. And this, I know it's in here somewhere. And this time we're looking at Twitch. Twitch is really up there for me. I would probably go as far as saying top 10 attacker, not quite top 5, but definitely top 10 for what she brings to the team. A lot of people are quite tunnel visioned when they think about Twitch and just think about wall denial. There's obviously a lot more utility in the wall denial that she can help to get rid of as well. Couple that with the F2, which is an absolute dreamy gun. With the 1.5, if you control the recoil, it's absolutely unreal. She is a superb operator. I think the beauty about Twitch as well is she's really helpful for solo queue. You can ride a Twitch drone through an area that you know you're going to be pushing. You can clear any utility you need to for yourself, any goo mines, ele mines that are in the way. You can do it on your own. That's enough from me. Let's stop the waffling. Let's get stuck into it. Right then, let's get into Twitch's loadout. And look, there's not a lot to go through here. It's pretty cut and dry for me. You know my thoughts on DMRs and shotguns, of which we've got the option of both. The F2 is quite literally one. I don't know the exact DPS of the F2, but it has to be one of the best in the game. The fire rate is insanely high. The damage is still decent at 37. It looks really cool. You can have the 1.5, which I think is the most well-balanced scope in the game in terms of what you get for magnification, what the reticle looks like, and how the recoil's handled. And there's just no bad points to it. The only thing is sometimes you might struggle to control the recoil. You can get this shark skin, which is one of my favorite skins in the entire game. It goes so well with that blue attachment skin. I would prefer this than black ice on every gun. I just think that looks quality. Not that that's a reason to use the gun, but you know, if you've got a nice skin, you better flaunt it. But yeah, I would never ever think about using anything but the F2 over the 417 and the shotgun. In terms of pistol, there is a bit of a conversation to be had here. The Magnum does a lot more damage at 78. The P9 does 45, which is still pretty high for a pistol, by the way. You get 16 bullets in the P9, you only get 6 in the Magnum, and it's got a pretty big kick. It's up to you what you want to roll with. The P9 for me is a sensible choice. And when it comes to smokes and claymores, again, I don't think there's much of a conversation. I think a smoke is nearly always better than a claymore. Obviously, if there's a particular map, like, let's just say you're attacking Chalet Basement and you're going to need to put a claymore on the library window, but you're attacking Clubhouse and you're the only one who can put a claymore on the garage run out, then fine, take a claymore. But 99s out of 10, well, we got that in early this video. We've got that in early this video. 99 times out of 10, you probably want to take a smoke. So let's not dwell on this any longer. F2, P9, and smokes for me on Twitch. So getting started then with the basics of Twitch's utility. Twitch has access to this thing here, which is called a shock drone. It looks a little bit like the normal drone, but obviously the case is much bigger. The two main differences between the two drones are the shock drone can fire lasers, and it also sounds a little bit different. If you hear the normal drone driving around, which is this, and the Twitch drone, got a sort of slightly duller noise, and the jump also sounds different. We might as well do that while we're here. The main drone jump, and then the Twitch drone jump. Sounds a little bit more springy in the jump. So that's the basics of what it is. So let's get into what it does then. Twitch's shock drone fires lasers which can damage opponents, or more importantly, I think, destroy utility. Now, there are some details around this. I know a lot of people know the basics of just, you know, shooting the lasers, but there are some numbers behind it, so I'm going to go through it. Down in the bottom right-hand side, you'll see that Twitch's drone has 3 lasers as standard, and it can only sort of bank, I'm going to use the word bank if that's the right thing, collect. You can have a maximum of 3 lasers stored at once. You can't shoot any more than 3 lasers at one time with Twitch's drone. Now, what will happen after you fire 1 laser is it'll start to regenerate back up to those 3. It takes 30 seconds for 1 laser shot to replenish. So that means that in one round, if you started the round and fired the first shot on 3 minutes, and then fired a shot every 30 seconds for 3 minutes, Twitch's drone could essentially have a maximum of 9 shots per round per drone. So that's a maximum of 18 shots across the 2 drones. Now, realistically, you're never going to use 18 shots because you're never actually going to fire a laser on, you know, right on 3 minutes at the start of the action phase, so that's not realistic. But just to answer a quick few questions that tend to get asked when it comes to Twitch, can she damage teammates? Yes, she can. As you can see there now, I'm down to 20 health. So you can see there, it's just 5 damage per shot. That's to friends and to enemies. So I'm now on 20 out of 35 health. I've shot myself 3 times, by the way. Another question is, does it have range? Well, it used to have a limited range. Now the range is completely unlimited. So if we go, I don't know how far we can get an angle on this camera, back to here. That's 14 meters away. And the camera's still gone 14 meters away. That laser is unlimited range nowadays. It used to be something like 8 meters or something like that, I think, back in the day. But yeah, it's completely unlimited now. Something that catches me out quite a lot when I'm playing Twitch, so I'm just going to run through it quickly, is when it comes to deploying the drone, you press the gadget button and you throw the drone on the floor. If you want to get into that drone and control that drone, you then press your view observation tool key, which for me is 5. If you press the gadget button again, you'll throw the another drone on the floor. So let me just show you this. So if I've got 2 drones in my pocket, so to speak, I throw one drone on the floor. If I press the gadget button again, I throw the other drone on the floor. I don't go into the first drone. Only when both drones are on the floor, if you press the gadget button, will you then enter the observation tool. So if you only want to throw one drone on the floor and keep one in your pocket, remember to press your enter observation tool key, and it'll make sure you just go in the one drone without throwing a second one on the deck. So I think the biggest question when it comes to playing Twitch is what can and what can't the lasers on Twitch's drone destroy. So we'll go through the utility now that gets asked the most, where people are unsure about whether Twitch can affect it or not. I'm not going to go through every piece of utility because we'll be here all day. If there's anything that I don't mention in this video and you're unsure whether Twitch's drone destroys it or not, bang it in the comments below and I'll do some tests, or obviously you can go into a custom game and have a little go yourself. So this one is Twitch versus Bulletproof cams because it's quite interesting. I've put an ADS down because we've used Jaeger for the Bulletproof cam, so I might as well show you how it reacts to an ADS as well. It's dead simple. It destroys ADSs. Simple as that. Now, the Bulletproof cam. If you shoot the front of the Bulletproof cam, it doesn't shatter the glass. It doesn't destroy the camera or anything like that. However, you know how you can shoot a Bulletproof camera on the side, the top and the bottom? The same applies with the Twitch drone. You can destroy a Bulletproof cam from the side, the bottom, or the top. So with Thatcher being banned almost every rank game, one of Twitch's main roles is to help get the utility off the wall so we can breach and open it. Now when it comes to, I've just shown a bandit battery here, but when it comes to bandits, when it comes to mutes, and when it comes to cade claws, they're all destroyable by the laser. Just bear in mind with the mute jammers, don't get too close to them, otherwise you're going to lose control of the drone. But yeah, just destroy the utility like so, make sure you're accurate with it, and away you go, yeah. Simple as that. And that's the same for all wall denial. So Twitch versus Mira then, let's get into it. This is one of Twitch's best abilities in my opinion. Twitch can indeed shoot the canister on a mirror to make sure that the mirror then gets opened. And it's so helpful to use a Twitch when you know they're playing a mirror. Obviously, you've just got to be careful with the Twitch drones because they are vulnerable, they are delicate, and they can be shot quite easily by the enemy. But just, you know, being able to shoot a mirror canister from wherever, because she's so strong on some sides, is really helpful. So this is an interesting one, Twitch versus Melusi. Now, the way that Twitch drones interact with Melusi Banshees has changed, because when Melusi first came out, you used to, I'm sure, tell me if I'm wrong here, but I'm sure I remember, you used to be able to hit the Banshee with a laser and it would disable it for like 10 seconds. That's not the case anymore now. If you hit the Banshee with a laser, it does absolutely nothing. As soon as you come past it, it opens up again. However, if you're in your Twitch drone and the Banshee is open like this, you can destroy it. Obviously, if it was yourself, you'd just shoot it. But what you can do is work with your teammates for when they're just about to get the Melusi Banshee opened, you can destroy it with your Twitch drone for them. So on to Twitch versus Maestro. Much like Melusi, actually, Twitch versus Maestro is very similar. If you shoot the evil eye when it's closed, it does absolutely nothing. However, if I just nip onto the PC very quickly and take control of Maestro so we can open this, I'm going to have to use 2 mice at once here. This is going to be difficult. Go on the drone. Alright, just bear with me. This might be harder than it looks. Hang on. No, I'm trying to use this other mouse in the left hand, and I'm not very good at it. Alright, we open the Maestro camera, and then if we now shoot it with the Twitch drone, it will destroy. However, if I just use my mate Maestro here very quickly, bear in mind with the lasers, if we go back in the drone, I take control of Maestro. Bear in mind with the lasers on the Maestro cam, they can quite as easily destroy the Twitch drone as well. So Twitch versus Maestro is a very interesting matchup. So we move on to Twitch versus Frost. And can the Twitch drones kill a Frost mat? I reckon 99% of the Siege community think the answer is no. However, let me tell you something and let me show you something. When you shoot a Frost mat, you see the little damage indicator that comes up? See either side of the crosshair, we can see it's taking damage. Now, it's not realistic that you're ever going to destroy a Frost mat with a Twitch drone, because I've just done a test, and I'll put the clips after this clip talking about Frost. I'll speed it up and show you. It takes 14 shots from a Twitch drone to destroy a Frost mat. As you can see, we're doing damage. I'm not going to do it now because it takes about 6 minutes to do it to recharge the drones. And that's sad. I just spent 14 minutes just recharging Twitch drones. Sorry, 6 minutes recharging Twitch drones for 14 shots. But yeah, it takes about 14 shots. It takes not about 14 shots, exactly 14 shots which tells me that the frost mats has 70 HP. So that's something I just learned. But yeah, I always knew that you could do damage to the frost mat, but I didn't know how long it would take to destroy. But now we know. These things are the bane of my life, by the way. I die to frost mats more than I would care to admit. Even just being this close is making me quite nervous, actually. But yeah, Twitch can destroy frost mats. It just takes 14 hits. 14 lasers. Okay, and the final one that we'll do is Twitch versus Aruni, just to show you that the laser gates on the Twitch drone do not destroy the laser gates on the Aruni gate. So you can jump the drone through to destroy the gate, but shooting the gate itself doesn't do anything to it at all. To destroy it, you've got to jump through like so. The common misconception that I thought I had for a little while as well, but I do agree with it, like how strong Twitch would be if she could just disable all 3 Aruni gates with one drone. So yeah, she can't destroy the gates with a laser, but the drone just goes through it like any other normal drone. So we're on to Goyo versus Twitch now. There is at the top of the stairs, and Twitch can indeed destroy Goyo canisters. Now, much like when you're shooting at them with your gun, if you hit the side of the canister or the top or the bottom and not the red part, it won't destroy. If you are Twitch, you can destroy those Goyo canisters with the laser. And if you're not playing Goyo at the minute, you're really missing out, because 20 seconds of area denial from a canister like that is absolutely ridiculous. I think he's so good at the minute. But anyway, this is a Twitch video, so let's stop talking about Goyo. Just to prove a point quickly, with the fire, you can drive your drone through. It doesn't damage the drone once the fire's on the floor. So rather than going through every demonstration, like I said, we won't have time for that on this video without it being 2 hours long. So I'll just run through the operator list you can see here, and we'll just go a sort of quick yes or no, maybe a 5-second description. You can destroy smoke canisters as long as they're not already detonated. You can destroy mute jammers. You can't destroy castle barricades, obviously. Pulse and dock not relevant. However, with Pulse, one thing you might not know is if you zap Pulse with the Twitch drone, it takes him off his scanner. So he can't remain scanning whilst being twitched. He like automatically takes it off him, so he has to go back on it manually. You can destroy Capcan traps. You can destroy ADSs, bandits, frost mats, Valkyrie cameras, obviously. You can destroy echo drones, mirrors we spoke about. You can destroy Legion mines, destroy Ala mines. If you zap Vigil whilst you're on the Twitch drone and he's on his ER7, the like cloaking device, it instantly brings him off the cloaking device. Obviously, you're not going to be able to see him on the drone, so it's going to be a tough one. But if you do see, if you've got an idea that he's in a certain area and you hit him with the Twitch drone, it will bring him off that. Maestro cameras we've spoken about. You can destroy alibi prismas if you shoot the base of them. Shooting Clash doesn't disable her shield, by the way. That's another misconception. It doesn't do anything to Clash. Cage you can destroy, we've spoken about. Mozzie, you can destroy Mozzie's drones with your Twitch drones. Warden doesn't do anything. You can destroy Goyo, which we've already spoken about. You can destroy Wamai magnets. You can't do anything with it. I was going to say you can destroy Oryxes. I mean, what's an Oryx? No, you can't do anything with Oryx, obviously. Banshees we spoke about. Aruni we spoke about. You can destroy Thunderbird stations. You can destroy Thorn maps. Thorn maps? What's a Thorn map? I've got all the way through these operators without making a mistake, and I've made a mistake on Thorn. I'm devastated. You can destroy Thorn traps. Obviously, you can't do anything to Keeper barriers. And that's it. We've seen what Twitch can and can't do, but in terms of actual tips to make you a better Twitch player, I can't recommend this enough, what I'm about to tell you. Now, this is just an example on Chalet, where we'll just say we're trying to get the stuff off the wall. This doesn't just go for wall denial, by the way. This just goes for any type of utility you're trying to clear. Don't just go the easy way in, because this is going to be watched, I don't want to say 99 times out of 10. Can we do that twice in one video? This is going to be watched 99 times out of 10. Well, and someone's going to be holding the drone hole prone here early doors, and someone in this area. So your drone's going to get destroyed so often. I mean, some lobbies you'll get away with it. You know, sometimes nobody's watching the drone hole. However, a far more reliable plan as long as nobody's playing blue. And this goes the same on maps like Consulate and Clubhouse, where the drone hole's next to there instead. If you take your Twitch drone down yellow on Consulate rather than through the drone hole, you've got a much higher chance of getting the stuff off the wall. Now, obviously, this isn't going to work if somebody's actively in blue. If you come down blue and you're from here and you can get the bandits off or the mute off or the Cade if it's higher up or wherever the Cade is, you've got a far higher success rate, I think, rather than trying to force your way through the drone hole. Like I say, it works on Chalet, it works on Clubhouse, it works on Consulate especially. Just think about, like, rather than just going the most obvious way and risking the drone, maybe take an extra 15 seconds to get where you need to be, but it's a far safer way of doing it and it looks after your drones. Ultimately, they only take one shot to get destroyed and you only get 2 of them, so you want to look after them as much as you can. So a couple of nice little Twitch drone spots. Then we're starting here on Kanal. We want to ultimately get the drone on this windowsill here. The way we do that is you see this sort of like barbed wire that's at the top of the building here. You want to throw it directly into the barbed wire so it bounces down onto the windowsill. So it hits the barbed wire like that, bounces down onto the windowsill there. And what you'll need to do is shoot out the glass that's on the window. Hang on, sorry. And you can shoot the other two panels out as well if you want to. But as you can see now, we can go into those windows. But the idea, we don't want to just use this as a normal drone. Obviously, we want to destroy utility with this. So one of the biggest advantages of the drone here is you can see like the bottom of the wall where the bandit batteries normally are. You can go across the different walls. Obviously, we haven't destroyed the glass on this one, but you can go across the different walls, getting different angles. Mainly the first two. You'd be able to see cave claws, bandit batteries, mute jammers. What you can do if you can't see a mute jammer that's on the floor is you can actually get up onto these TVs behind. Not like that. Bad jump. Let me try that again. There we go. And then follow the rail around onto this back rail. And then from here, I don't know if you can see that there now, but now you can see the floor and the wall. So if there's any mute jammer there, then you would definitely be able to see that. Again, any bandit battery there, you'd definitely be able to see that as well. And also, this drone is basically hidden. This goes for any other drone, by the way. This isn't just Twitch. So if you're not playing Twitch and you want to get a drone up here, I mean, how good is this information here? Especially early round when you're trying to get the wall, but also late round when you've got people hiding behind the bomb. You got someone playing tight here. Oh, hang on, I've dropped off. Get off. You got someone playing tight left. Get off. You're playing tight left of the breach there. You know, that information there is really good. So you come through the window, you jump on the back of the TV, and then you jump on this sort of rail at the back. And then from there, you can go all the way along. Really, really useful spot, not only just for Twitch. So we're on to bank now, and there's a couple of nice little spots using drone holes. So we're here at the front of the building. Depending what elo you're playing in, when you're attacking downstairs, someone's going to be holding blue. If you bring the Twitch drone in from the top of blue to try and destroy like the alamine or the ADSs or whatever it is that's in blue, the person holding blue at the top of these stairs is just going to destroy the drone. The person holding blue will be holding this angle. And as soon as the drone comes around the corner, they'll hear it and they'll shoot the drone. If you drop the drone in behind them, from here you can see the ADSs, which are going to be on the wall somewhere here. You can destroy the ADSs and you can get the nade in to get the shield, or it's usually a smoke or aloe that's holding it. On the other side of the map, you've got this one. Oh, sorry, I didn't show you where I came in there. So you're just above where the garage entrance is, where the default cam is there. So you go in the side here, and this gives you a real... I mean, this drone's unbelievable. This drone spot's unbelievable anyway in terms of a view of downstairs. You can see where this gives you just an overview of like the elevator lobby, outside elevators. You can see a bit into side, a little bit into red. But what this is really good for with Twitch is a lot of people, if Mira's on the board, will reinforce this wall and will put a mirror on that wall there. So you can completely destroy the mirror, shooting the canister from all the way over here, and no one's got a clue how that mirror just got destroyed. But that one's really good for getting rid of the mirror. Twitch aside, this is just a great drone spot to use because, again, I don't like saying what elo you're playing as if like some elos are better than others, but ultimately that's how it is, isn't it? But yeah, if you bring a drone down here in like lower elo, no one's going to look up this way, and you're going to have just really good information over this side of the site. So there we have it. That's Twitch. Absolutely superb operator when used correctly. Don't be wasteful with your drones is probably my biggest tip I can give you. For those of you that don't know, I stream on Twitch 4 days a week. There's been a load of you from YouTube come over. Please come over and say hello as well. It's every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 PM UK time. That's enough from me on this one. I'll see you next time. Cheers.